See, we have seen what is Bhagavad Gita. It is direct Bhagavan telling to the Arjuna. Because if you see, there is Bhagavan Uvacha, means Bhagavan is talking. So what you can learn from Bhagavad Gita? Means it's like somebody is giving lecture to someone, right? Is this the Bhagavad Gita or anything
You
else?
said earlier that it's like a manual for life.
So
Like,
how the yes,
yeah.
exactly. It's like how the any electronic gadgets or any machines have the manual. Similarly, human body also has because it is most complex machine, most sophisticated software, biggest chemical factory, hmm, and highly communicated communication system it has. Hmm. Do you agree with all this? So all this needs a right manual. So that man might be, it is Bhagavad Gita. It will guide you how to use this body and this mind in the right way. Meaning of synthesis is a combination of components or elements to form a connected whole. If you see everything is not something random. If you take anything, everything will be in connected form. You take sutras, slokas, everything has some connection. Here we are going to see how is Bhagavad Gita is see how Bhagavad Gita is yoga. Means we are going to see how it is connected, or we'll see the combination of these two. Definitions generally, yoga is derived from the Sanskrit root word yuj. Yuj anena iti yoga means to join, like with Jivatma with Paramatma. This is a classical example, what they give. This according to Vedanta Darshana. Yoga, samyoge means to unite. Samyoga, yoga, इत्योके जीवात्मा paramatmayoho. Like this is the like main sloka what they have mentioned. It is like unification of jivatma with paramatma. Samyoga means to unite. Samyoge jivatma with paramatma. Yoga samadhi means the pronunciation is samadhav, to integrate or goal oriented. This is samadhi according to the Vyasa. Here, other definitions is like yoga chitta vritti nirodha manaha prasomnopaya yoga iti bhiyate. Like if you take this slide, it is nothing but the reason of your first class. Like definitions of yoga, right? It it is the text which gives us what we seek. Tilak found it to be calm. Madhvacharya found it to be a devotion. Ramanujacharya found it to be a Vasistha Advaita. Gnaneshwara found it to be a Kundalini Yoga. Means according to whom what it is. It is mentioning, just go through it, just for the understanding. It is said to be the manual of human life. What we are talking from these many days, what it is a manual of human life. It is a text which cures, not just gives relief. What it cures, it not just a relief. More than that, I'd say it's a lifestyle oriented. It tells you how to live in a proper lifestyle. Because whatever the issues we are getting, they are lifestyle disorders or metabolic disorders, right? You'll agree with that these days? Because we don't know how to use this body in a right way. And it is again related to the circadian rhythm. Have you heard about this word? Circadian rhythm.
Yes, it's with the sun, the morning, I mean, the human body, how it goes along right from dawn to dusk to night, and as per the sun.
It's also called as the biological clock. It's simply like uh, it like morning 6 like you have to get up, you have to fresh up, you have to go to work, and evening you have to 9 to 5 you have to work, then come home, eat, sleep. This is some duty. If not, you will go at 9 o'clock, going you have some work, then you'll have lunch, then do other work according to like this is your work clock. Similarly, biological clock is nothing but the organ clock. Each organ has a particular timing, and we have to respect that organ at that particular timing. That's why if you see Dinacharya and Rutucharya, especially Dinacharya is related to this organ clock. The thing is, we don't follow it. Right. So when you are close to the nature, see why animals don't get any diabetes, why animals don't have this kind of issues, because they are in line with nature. But what we do, we are going against the nature. That's why we are getting all these issues. Against the nature is, see, generally I say, the olden days they used to eat before sunset and they used to sleep before 9. Right. Why? Because you have a detoxification process. At the night, at 11 o'clock, around 11 o'clock, you'll produce a hormone called as melatonin from the pineal gland. That is very useful for the detoxification process. But what happens if there is light on your eye, that hormone will not produce. That's why everybody slept. They woke up early before sunrise. They worked in the sunlight. They had vitamin D. Everything they have done in line with nature. But what we are doing, we know all this, but we sleep after 12. Generally, what? We have to sleep in the PM and we have to get before the sunrise in the AM. There are few people who sleep in the AM and they'll wake up in the PM. So, these kind of things will disturb your organ clock. So, that's why you have to know the manual of the human life so that you can intune your body to that. That will help you. See, a body has capacity to heal. The only thing is you have to give it a proper right environment to heal. If you don't give it right environment, it will not heal. Okay. Bhagavad Gita as Upanishad, do not grift. Bhagavad Gita as a Yoga Shastra, give us the practical guidance as how to attain truth and united with it. As a scripture and science, systematic knowledge about life. Like this, see, as Upanishad, what does it give? As a Yoga Shastra, what does it give? And as a scripture and science, what does it give? It is like all the three. You can say all the information in the Upanishads has been synthesized, has been like refined and is given in Bhagavad Gita. You can also say that. And Bhagavad Gita, if you take one sloka is enough to change your life. You can take any sloka. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Means maintaining that equanimity state. Everywhere it is useful. Yoga bhavati dukkha. We have yukta ahara viharasya, yukta chestasya karmasu, yukta sapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. Yukta means moderate. In everywhere you need it. When yogi will all get this benefits when he is moderate. Being a yogi, you are overeating. Nothing will happen. Just 1 second. See, Bhagavad Gita as Parama Granth, authoritative text referred by the Shankaracharya as a Shastra. What is his Shruti? Literature is called as Smriti literature. It is Shruti Apurushaya. Means it's a non-human existence. Tattva Padan Sanatan. Smriti means code of conduct. Purana, possible 18 Puranas. How many Puranas we have? We have 18 Puranas. History, it is happened. Bhagavad Gita helps to deal with the various aspects of our daily life. See, this is very important. What is saying with the various aspects of our daily life. See, this is not something that once in a year we'll get some situation and we have to deal with it. It is like it helps in our day-to-day life. See, whatever you learn, you have to implement it to the daily life. What? You have learned Newton's law. Newton's third law, very famous law. What is that?
To every action, there's an equal and opposite
Full
reaction.
opposite reaction.
Okay. Where does it is useful in your life? Hit a ball to the wall and see it will come with a double speed. That is Newton's third law. Right? Right or wrong?
Yes.
In life, it is useful.
And karmic ways, we can say, if we've done something bad, it'll again that if we've done something good, it'll come back to us.
Okay. In life, in our day-to-day life, how it is useful.
Like if we do good deeds, then good things
Mm.
will happen to us because our mind is positive. We are working towards good.
Yes,
And
third law
similarly,
states
the opposite way.
every action, it's good or bad. It's not mentioning whether it's good or bad. It's mentioning only the action. Suppose you are getting early in the morning before sunrise, and if you are doing yoga, it's an action. What is the reaction? Equal and opposite reaction. Even it will be more. If you are doing yoga, your health will become better. That is not the reaction. You are getting late by 9 or 10 a.m. in every day. That is the action. It also has opposite reaction. What is that? They'll get diseased, otherwise they'll become lazy. In every, suppose if you abuse someone, that is action. What will be the reaction?
We'll get back the same in life.
Okay, if you hit someone,
Similar.
hmm. Because I read one story, that is somebody's mother. Story name was. What happens when young boy, a school going boy, what does he do? Every day on his way, he'll help people to cross the road, like old people, like blind people. So one day he was helping one old blind lady. Yeah? So his friends asked him, like, why you are helping all this? Then he says, I am helping somebody's mother, so that one day when required, someone will help my mother. So that is what we call it as Karma Siddhanta. They call it as Newton's third law. Right. Definitely it will reflect you, it will travel all over the world and it reflect you, it will come back to you. So today you are doing something, it does not go into vain. Does
It's
not.
similar to butterfly effect, you say, na? Butterfly
Huh?
effect.
Butterfly effect.
Like if you do something over here, it has repercussions.
Okay.
It will propagate ahead. Like something has similar. It's like
Might be. Hmm. So see, he is doing a good thing. Definitely one day somebody will help. So whatever you do, it will come to you in reverse. It's good or bad, it will come back to you 10 times. If you do good, good things will come. If you do bad, bad things will come. So this is how you have to implement the laws. If the thermodynamics law is there, let temperature transfer from high temperature body to low temperature body. So if you only see like an exam point of view, nothing will work. But only thing is what happens, always temperature transfer from high level to high temperature body to low temperature body. So what we have to do, when there is high temperature, if you touch that, automatically that temperature will get into you. Okay, so what you have to do, we should stay away from high temperature body. When your body temperature is, you have to go with the low temperature bodies so that your temperature will transfer to that. So it is practically not useful. Everyday life. Huh? Till I'll explain you very clearly. High energy, I can say that I'll just modify it. Energy transfers from high energy bodies to low energy bodies. Same thermodynamics law. Their temperature, here I'm using the energy. Huh? Suppose uh, sometimes we feel like when we are with few people, we feel like very drained. Have you felt any time? Or when we are with few people, we feel like very energetic. Have you felt any time?
Yes,
What
regular.
might be the
Like
reason?
their vibes, their mental state that,
Transfer of energy, can
pervades.
we say?
Correct.
When we are with
Yeah,
high vibing people or high energy people, we'll also get that energy.
definitely.
When
They
we are
also
with,
depend on like aura. Like a
that's what.
certain person has a certain aura. She'll
Ah,
get attracted to that.
definitely. That is
Yeah.
energy. When you have high energy, then only you'll have that high aura. When people with low energy will have low aura, what we feel they are taking our energy, we'll feel drained. Is it not a everyday practical implementation?
Yes.
So this is how you have to change your perception. Okay. And it's like it empowers to handle problems with wanting to escape from the problem. This is what Arjuna is there. He is my family. I don't want to fight. It is like escapism. Right. But I'll tell one more here. Life-changing thing. 1 second. Class long, na? Mali just. Hmm. I'll give a life tip. What they do, people generally want to escape. Even Arjuna, what is saying? They are my family. I cannot fight with my family. I cannot kill my family members. Then Bhagavan has told him the Geeta. Here, there is one more best way, that is YES, not ES, so S, escapism, escape. If somebody says you are unfit for nothing, you say yes, go. Somebody says something, say yes and move away. That is also escape only, but that is YES, not ES. That will also help you in some situations. Next, change the situation, suffer helplessly. In all these situations, Bhagavad Gita will help you. See, it is not only for Arjuna, it is actually the Arjuna in you. Everybody has that Arjuna. Who is a Arjuna is a Sabyasachi, the person who is with multidisciplinary talent. So everybody has that. So God is saying to you, the Arjuna inside you, the Bhagavad Gita. So you have to realize, because we are always in that situation of dilemma, whether to go forward or go back. Then the Gita will help you whether to go forward or back or stay there. So, empowers our understanding with various concepts like strayas, good to the soul, root cause. Attachment is a root cause for all the problems. What is that? Attachment. Ladder of fall. It's like object attachment, desire, anger, delusion, destruction of discrimination. See the uh, order. Knowledge and desire. These are all the things we can understand by this. Now coming to the definitions. I think we have seen this first.
Yes.
Complete Bhagavad Gita is starting, one has to surrender and unite himself with the Almighty. This also then, Samatvam Yoga Uchchata is there. Samyoga, Viniyoga, Yoga means, and it's also mentioned about control of these sense organs. They also say that Samyoga, Viniyoga. It's also one definition from 6.23. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha Manoprasanna Yoga Karmasu Kausalam Yogo Bhavati Dukkha. These are the definitions. You already know, I'm not going deep into it. Concepts in Bhagavad Gita, Asana defines in 2.13. What is that? He's saying how to sit. Sama Kaya Shiro Griva means your spine should be erect because spine is never straight. Don't say it is straight. Spine is erect and head should be properly fixed on your spine. Means it should be balanced. Place of meditation defined in Hatha Yoga, Pratipika and Bhagavad Gita in 2.11. Second chapter is Sankhya Yoga. If you see, every chapter is named after yoga. Arjuna Vishada Yogam, Sankhya Yogam, Karma Yogam, Bhakti Yogam, Vishwarupa Darshana Yogam. Everything is mentioned like a yoga. Pratyahara in 2.12. Dhyana defined in complete fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So remember this, go through this slokas. Purusha, Vishesha, Sthita Prajna. They also mentioned from 2.55 to 2.72. Mitahara concept. What is that? What is Mitahara? Chitta Prajna we have seen. What is Mitahara?
Yeah, it's about the diet, like what balanced diet for a yogi,
Yogic diet.
not having.
What is yogic diet?
So is it similar to the HYP, Mitahara?
Yes, I've given
What
even
is
in that
HYP Mitahara?
PPT.
What is HYP?
Hatha Yoga
Hatha
Pradipika.
Yoga Pradipika.
That's what, not HYP. What is Mitahara according to Hatha Yoga?
Not having too much. I mean, it has a very balanced
It has
diet.
some
Not having.
mathematical calculations, I think. What is that
Yes, like
mathematical?
one fourth what has to be given to offered to Shiva.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
Even
Then
Pathya Apatya was also.
Pathya and Apatya, like, yeah, we should not have stale food, and what are the foods to be avoided, what should be had, all that. Mainly snigdha, that is ghee, milk, sweet means not sugar ones, but fruits or vegetables that have their own natural sweetness, grains, rice, barley, all these things were mentioned. Not
so,
reheating the food.
it's like one by two has to fill with the food. 1/4 for the water and 1/4 empty. Even they mention it to the god, right? This is Mityahara and it is here also same. Mityahara is same. In yoga, we'll see why it is. Can you go with scientific explanation? Why we should eat only half? Why we need 1/4 empty?
For the air, like whatever the food also has to digest, it needs, that whatever I mean, for digestion, whatever gases are released and all. So
Continue.
yeah, so that is one of the main reason why it should be left empty.
What is the reason? Come again.
uh, Whenever the digestion process takes place, there are certain gases and all also that come into the play. So for
Yes,
that to, move around, in that we
just
should
simple
leave some
example.
space.
Yes, simple example. Everybody has a grinder in home, mixie. Huh? What do you
Yes.
do? Just fill it completely and on it. Will it move?
No,
Why?
because it needs space to churn. It needs air. I mean, it needs vacuum.
Right? The same thing happens. If you eat where there is no space, how can it do the churning process? That's why they say you have to eat half. So 1/4 is for the liquids and 1/4 is for if you eat full, there is no process, there is no process of digestion. Okay. This is what. And Badaka Tattvas is like not to overeat, not to starve, not to sleep too much, not to has to be awake always. See, what he's saying, it is like moderate. Don't eat more, don't eat less also. What we do, no, yoga, we have to eat very less. People call it as diet, but I feel is like diet is eating right proportion. Diet is not eating less. You know, by eating in right proportion, in more quantity, you can reduce the weight. But when you eat wrong food in less quantity, also you'll increase the weight. Diet is nothing but eating in right proportions. Not to overeat, not to starve, not to sleep too much, not to have awaken always. If you see, no, we are yogas, we'll awake all night for 3 days. If I don't sleep, also no problem. Right? Huh? No, that is not possible. You should have moderate in everything. See, if you need at least 6 hours of sleep, then you have to sleep for 6 hours. Your body needs rest. Okay. One question during yoga, you'll get more benefits in asana, you'll get more benefits in pranayama, or you'll get more benefits in shavasana.
So it should be a combination of all. You can't just do only
Suppose
one.
if you are doing asana, will you get the asana benefits while doing asana or in shavasana?
In Shavasana, I think. I mean, it is like, when your body starts absorbing or relaxing, that is when it, gets those benefits of whatever has
In,
been done.
in traditional practice, after every asana, you'll have a shavasana. Means in standing you have Sithali Tadasana, in sitting you have Sithali Dandasana, Makarasana, Shavasana. See, whenever you are doing any asana, that asana will have highest benefits when you are relaxed after doing the asana.
Yes.
Correct.
So relaxation is more important. See, if you are directly going on doing the asana, nothing will happen. But you give rest, then you'll get the original benefits. This is what we do traditionally. And Sadhaka Tat 6.17. Chitta Prasadanam, stated in the full sloka of chapter 16, Daivasura Sampad. Even Daivasura Sampad is good. Daivika Sampad, Asura Sampad, the qualities of divine, qualities of God, Vibhaga Yoga of Bhagavad Gita. Kleshas is there 1.30. This is Yoga Sutras. Savabhuhas 1.31. Mentioned in Bhagavad Gita 2.62 and 2.63. What is saying? See, there are few topics which are there in yoga, and it is correlating with the Bhagavad Gita here. You go through all these slokas once.
So what is Sahabhuvas?
This one, Dukkha Daurmanasya Angame Jayatva Swasa Praswasa Vikshepa Savabhuhas. Means they are symptoms.
Symptoms of?
Symptoms like, what I can say, Vikshepas. Vikshepas means obstacles. So you
Correct.
have some additional symptoms for that.
Mm.
What is that? Means you are not in the right path, then it shows that you have few symptoms. That is, suppose you have viral fever. What are the symptoms? Headache. Similarly, these are also symptoms of the vikshepas, like dukkha. You will be in
Mm.
always the state of dukkha, means sorrow. This is 1.31. Then daurmanasya, means it's a mental. I can say that, uh, means always you are you just think that you are
Depressed.
yeah. Dukkha angame
Can you do
jayatva
Chitta
means
Vikshepa of Yoga Sutra? Vyadi,
Yeah,
Sthana, Nishaya.
Divya, it's there in our PPT also.
yeah.
Yeah, that is why I asked. It sounds
It's
similar.
it's
Yes,
yeah, it's
that's
there in
what.
our PPT.
Saubhava, I'm telling about it.
Yeah.
Angame jayatva means trembleness. When you are doing yoga, some people will shake. Body will
Mm.
shake. Suppose you do like which asana is Virabhadrasana, you see some people will shake. So it indicates your body is not having the strength to do it.
Even
That is
Naukasan after some time, after a minute,
yes.
Yeah.
after
And
a minute or two.
the one more symptom is swasa praswasa, means irregularities in your breath.
In breath work.
So these are like symptoms.
Okay.
The same thing they
We,
mentioned in 6.23 and 6.2 and 6.3.
Okay.
I think Divya added that today, no, yesterday only.
Next, Kriya Yoga. Kriya Yoga is 2.1 actually, not 3.1. Like, what is that? Tapaswadhyaya Ishvara Pranidhanani Kriya Yoga. Here they mentioned in 4.10. Vitha Raga Bhaya Krodha Manomaya. So if you see this, it's like feed from attachment, fear and anger absorbed in me, taking refuge in me, purified by the fire of knowledge. Many have attained the self-revelation. How we have to purify? Suppose if gold, we have to check the purity of gold. Where you will check? In water? Where?
No, there is that, they have that particular stone or something, no,
Fire.
where they
In
rub it
fire.
against.
That
Uh,
they will check.
they,
But the quality of the gold is checked in fire. When you throw in fire, then only you can see the gold, the original quality. Similarly, we should also burn, purify ourselves in the fire of knowledge. Then we get that purity. And here, the Omkara, what they mentioned, Tasya Vachaka Pranavaha. Tadjapaha Tadartha Bhavanam. Means the vocal name of the God is Omkara. The Ishvara is called by Omkara or the Pranava. Tajjapa, Tadartha Bhavanam. When you are doing that Omkara with understanding of its meaning, that will give you more result. The same thing they are saying in 7.8 and 8.13. And next 7.8 Bhagavad Gita, I am the taste in water, O son of Kunti, and the radiance of the moon. I am circle silver of Om in the Vedic. See the same they are saying Om in the Vedic mantra, sound in ether and ability in humans. This is they are saying about the Om. One who departs from the body while remembering me, the Supreme Personality, and the chanting syllable Om will attain the Supreme Word. See, Om is the what we can say it's the origin of everything. Om has everything. That's why you see every mantra it starts with Om. Whole universe is there in Om. Akara, Ukara, Makara. When A plus U becomes, it will becomes O. Om. You can see it in every religion. See, this is my understanding. This is what I have learned. If you see, each religion they have mentioned about Om. In we call it as Om. Some other people it's called as Omen. The basic syllable is same. Allahu. Every has that basic syllable. Om. That is the root for everything. So these are like chapters. Arjuna Vishada Yoga, Sankhya Yoga, Karma Yoga, Gnana Yoga. So you see the 18 chapters and what is the meaning of the chapters. I think you have very few chapters, not all. It consists of 18 chapters. Each chapter is called as yoga. Each chapter reveals the path of attaining communion with the ultimate consciousness, that is Paramatma. The first 6 chapters is Karma Yoga through actions. The middle 6 is Bhakti Yoga to devotion. The last 6 is Gnana Yoga through knowledge or the intellect. Means Gnana Yoga means Svadhyaya. See, this is very important. Pratyahara reflected in Bhagavad Gita, the same parable of the individual soul in the chariot has come into the Kathopanishad. What is that? Like he has 5 horses. If you take the chariot, chariot is a body. Passenger, who is the passenger, he is the soul. The charioteer means who is running it is the intellect. You have these threads, reins to control the horses. That is mind. And what are these horses? They are senses. So how we are doing? We are controlling the senses. How the horse are controlled with that rope. So we are controlling the senses with the mind. If you are not controlling senses with the mind, then senses will control your mind. And who is holding this mind? Intellect. In whose hand there is mind? And chariot is considered to be the body. See, if somebody has to move forward or move from one place to other place, will he go directly or the chariot will take him?
Chariot will take him.
Similarly, see, this body is a tool to reach our destination. Similarly, how the chariot is a body, what is the body does? See, he has to reach from one place to other place, which will take, chariot will take him with the help of horses. So our sense controlled by the mind through the intellect. What this body is given to us to reach, we need a source. See, without body, we cannot do anything. Without chariot, those days we cannot do the war. We have to move forward, we need a chariot. So similarly, God has given this body to make it as a tool to reach our destination. Okay. So these are the important slokas. 2.48 is like Samatvam Yoga Uchyate, 2.50 is Yoga Karma Kausalam. 2.47 is Karmanya Vadikaraste Mahapalesu Kadachana. Like 6.17 Yoga Bhavati Dukkha. These are like important slokas. Just go through it. Any doubts in this? We'll also start with 2.5. Do you have time? Or we'll start tomorrow?
So I just had one doubt. There was a word under Shruti you had written, which was Sanatan. Is that what Sanatan Dharma? What Sanatan?
Sanatana means it is like living culture.
Living. Okay.
Generally, what we say. So everything, whatever we have is a Sanatan. You don't get too deep into it. This is philosophy. You just try to understand the meaning of it. That is enough. If you go too deep into it, if you go too deep into ocean, what happens? Sometimes coming out is very difficult. You'll forget the way. So just first try to understand the surface thing. When you are expert in handling this philosophy, then you can go deep into it. Okay. Have time or tomorrow we'll see.
We can start, sir. Or
Another
there's
15
still
minutes.
some time, no?
8:20.
8:20.
Still some time. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start.
Healthy living according to what? Geeta. Next one is the healthy living as per Bhagavad Gita. So if you see, this is the World Health Organization has given you a definition, like how Patanjali has said, what is the definition of yoga according to Vyasa. So we have a World Health Organization controlled by UN. They have given health is a state of complete physical, mental, social well-being. I think recently they have it spiritual also. Well-being and not merely absence of a disease. This is what the definition of uh, health according to WHO. According to Ayurveda, we have swast. What is that? Ayurveda definition for swast. This is according to the Sushruta. What is that?
We had it for homework last time when all the three doshas are balanced
Samadosha
and
sama agni cha
some
samadhatu malakriya prasanna atma indriya manaha swastiti viyate. In midnight sleep also you have should able to tell this basic thing. Yoga sutras. If I call you at midnight, you should tell me all the sutras.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
But I remember I will not call you at midnight. Okay.
We will take time to memorize the
That is
actual
what.
Sanskrit
Memorize,
shlokas,
no issue.
but the English at least we've understood. Okay, chalo three doshas
First sutra is like memorize totally. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha, I keep on saying for everything.
No, no. You memorize every sloka, every sutra. I recommend.
That is the goal. That is definitely the goal in the long term, and
Yes,
to
it will
even
take money. No issue.
apply it in life.
More than chanting, application is practical
Application
application
is
is more
important.
important. Otherwise,
Now, at least the Chitta Bhumi part is a little more clear. I mean, as in, okay, which state I'm in right now. See, observe, like during the day also, na,
is it
someone
not
says
practical
something.
application?
Yes, yes.
Everybody you can
And
analyze. So it's up
first we
to
analyzing ourselves only. I mean, that
Yeah,
is,
I keep on saying, oh, now I'm in Ekagra state, now I'm not. Now I feel like Mudra state. My husband is saying, Acha, you know so much. You're describing it in that way only.
you became a great yogi. Ah,
so
nice.
first we are just working on ourselves, I think. Then we can
Definitely.
look at the world outside.
Yeah, yeah. So what I'm saying, whatever you learn, it should be a practical application. Otherwise, there is no use. Otherwise, see, chanting yoga, what is that yoga? Hatha yoga anusasam, yoga chitta vritti nirodha, dada dastu sarupe avasthanam, vritti sarupyam vitaratra, uttaya panchataya, klista, klistaha. So if see, go and saying the slokas, there is no use. Sutras. Until and unless you are able to apply it to the life. Until you have learned many physical laws, many like mathematical formulas, until and apply to the modern life, there is no use. Sun rises in the east. So until and unless you apply it to the life, there is no practical lessons. There is no use of the knowledge. Knowledge is for the practical implementation, not for theoretical or to show someone I have this much knowledge. This is for self. What you can learn from sun rises in the east?
We can adjust our time.
Still, I have different perception.
I think it's for me, like housing first to Agnihotra in the morning. That is done at exact sunrise. Every day the time is different.
I feel it's like sunrise is a life.
Like no matter what happens, the earth will not stop rotating. So the sun will rise at a particular time. So sunset will happen at a particular time. So we should also
Though
follow that.
though is setting, it's like sunrise is a life and sunset is a death. Though whatever he said, he's setting when he comes to the darkness. When we see take about these lights and everything, every night we'll have darkness, right? From the darkness in the morning, you can see a light. So in every situation, there will be always a light, like the sun. I'm wrong? Huh? And can you stop sun by keeping your hands? The only thing is, every situation will have a light. The only thing is, you should know how to grab that light. Because see, people who get up before sunrise can see the sunrise. People who wake up at 9 or 10, can they see the sunlight? They'll miss the opportunity to grab that sunlight in the early morning. So this is what life. You'll have a light in every situation. Only thing is you have to grab it. Otherwise, if you are sleeping up to 11 or 12 p.m., 11 a.m. or 12 p.m., then you'll miss that opportunity. Okay, and you cannot stop it with your hand. Right? People say you cannot stop sun by you. Definitely, you cannot stop that incoming opportunity. The only thing is you can sit, you can cover yourself to avoid it. This happens with everyone. Ayurveda concept of good health. A healthy body is one in which Vata, Pitta and Kapha are state of balance. The digestive fire, the same sloka, whatever I said. And all other, how many fires are there in the body? How many fires are there?
I know about Jatharagni, but that's only one that I've heard of.
There are 13 fires. You know, Jataragni, again, it is divided into whatever Jataragni is there, it divided into Adajirti, Ajirti, Kunjal Jirti. Sama. Okay. So, the 13 fires are nothing but 7 Dhatu fires, Panchabhuta fires, how many? 12 plus 1 Jatara. Total 13. And all other fires which perform chemical activities in our body are balanced. And the actions of tissue elements means Dhatus. And the Malakriya, excretory. What is that? Mala, Mutra, Swedyam. This is what they mentioned, but even respiration is also excretory. You have cellular excretory. It's nothing but Apana. Right? Apana means what? Excretory. Any excretory belongs to the Apana Vayu, the energy. This is what? Excretory organs all in harmony, balance. If you see, you take any report of the medical, they will be in limit, range, here to here. Means you should have that balance. Sthita prajna balance, right? Here harmony balance. Can I relate it with to samatvam yoga uchyate? Can you see the correlation? Is that samatvam yoga uchyate not a practical application? That's what. And here prasanna atma indriya manaha swasthiti biyate. When soul, senses and mind are satisfied and happy, only then individual is considered to be healthy. This is according to, I think, Sushruta Samhita. Ayurvedic concept of healthy living is ahara, nidra and brahmacharya. We'll see in depth. Bhagavad Gita, same. Yukta ahara viharasya, yukta chestasya karmasu, yukta sapnavabodhasya, yogo bodhi dukkha. One who is moderate in diet and movements, balance. Again, samatvam yoga uchyate balance. One who does his actions in proper manner, whose hours of sleeping and wakefulness are regular, means in balance, who follows the path of meditation, then he destroys all his miseries. 6.16, eating too much or starving, sleeping too much or remaining wakefulness all the time is not healthy friendly. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Moderation is every aspect. 4 pillars of healthy living. This is very important. Ahara, vihara, achara, vichara. Diet, recreation, conduct and thoughts. These are the 4 pillars of healthy life according to the Bhagavad Gita. Ahar, vihar, achar, vichar. Ahara, vihara, achara, vichar. First is ahar. In ahar, what will get? Food. What is that? Mitahara. Means yukta ahara. Mitahara. Means what I said, half we have to eat, 1/4 empty and 1/4 is for food. Again, it has sattvic, rajasic, tamasic food. Yat anna tat man. Means according to the food, your mind will be there. If you are eating sattvic food, your mind will become sattvic. If you are eating rajasic, mind will become rajasic. If you are eating processed tamasic food, definitely will become tamasic mind. Here, if you go in deep, there is 4 methods of eating. Like 4 main things we'll consider while you are eating. That is how the food is grown, with what attitude food is cooked, with what attitude food is served, and with what attitude food you are eating. 4 things you have to consider. Because I think in Annapurna Upanishad, they have mentioned what you eat, the same thing comes out. Like if you light a candle in the darkness, when light will not light it, right? If you light a candle in darkness, it will eat the darkness and it will give rise. So when it is eating darkness, from the wick, you again get that black color one. Have you observed this? You are lighting a candle in a dark room. So darkness will go. So what the light is doing? It is eating the darkness. And what it is giving in return? From the wick, above that light, you can see some dark color, like smoke like thing is coming. So it is eating darkness and giving darkness. Similarly, whatever you eat, if you eat sattvic food, that reflection will come. If you eat rajasic, that reflection only will come. Food affects thoughts of the consumer. There is lot of theory in this. How you have to eat, why you have to with hands. There is a lot theory behind this. But like thoughts of the consumer, rajasic food makes a person aggressive. Definitely, if you see people who are eating rajasic food, they are always in aggressive in nature. Purpose of food. What is the main purpose? To have taste, to satisfy the tongue, right? Increase life, purify mind, and body strength. But what we are doing these days, food is nothing but satisfying the tongue, having pleasure in eating, with a nice texture and smell. So that is not the purpose of food. We are eating to live, we are not living to eat. Again, the classical sentence. Next, vihar. Vihar means it's like practice, what you are doing, proper workout. First one is food. It's food, okay, you will be healthy. But to become stronger, what you need? Only by eating food without any workout, you'll become so strong. You'll become healthy with food. So for strength, you have to do techniques like asana, sukshma, pranayam, and also relaxation techniques like yoga nidra and meditation. Is mentioning the active and inactive part also. Like niyamas like saucha, shet karmas to be practiced, dinacharya and rutucharya. One who follows proper dinacharya, rutucharya, there always will be harmony with nature. They will be in proper. Dinacharya is okay. We are maintaining about circadian rhythm or the biological clock. Why rutucharya? What is the importance of rutucharya?
As per season, we should change our diet also. That's very essential. Like now, in this Chaturmas, a lot of people avoid any fermented because there's a lot of over bacteria formation. At least in our Vaishnav, we try to avoid too much fermentation, too much curd. I think after 2 months, after Shravan or something, even milk, it should be decreased because a lot of bacteria formation.
Why?
Then
Because
lot
we are going into winter. Digestion will become less. If you see, we'll do more of the Kartik Masam Upavas, everything, it's more towards the winter. And if you see every festival, it comes in the chronological order. And it is related to a particular phase of weather. Each festival has its own food. Huh? Each festival has its own rituals. If you see any festivals in the summer, it has very good varieties of food. But when you are coming towards the winter festivals, it has lot of restrictions and you have more activation part in the winter than the summer. If you see Dasara Navaratris, every day you have to get up, you have to do Kartika Masam, every day early in the morning before sunrise. Because they have designed at a particular time, this will be the outside. Again, it is related to what is that? Andapinda Tattvam. Means Yata Brahmande Tata Pindande. In Tamil, they say Andatil Ullate Pindam, Pindatil Ullate Andam, Andapul Pindamul Onre. See, whatever the changes happening in the universe, the same changes happening within us. So, by seeing the changes happening there, we have to change our body. That's why every class mein करना पड़ेगा 10 minutes. So according to the changes happening in the universe, we will change ourselves. So winter digestion will be less. So you'll have that fastings, you have that light food. Summer digestion will be more, we'll eat more food. So that's why festivals are very important. The festival has to celebrate in its original form. not in the modified form, because that is not the purpose of festival. Uh, Here, the small thing is we have a ritual of throwing a coin into the river and praying to it. Have you done any time? Why? What is the main purpose of it?
This is what I've heard. I don't know how far it is true. That even to maintain the energy in the water, they put that metal. The metal is also very essential to energize it.
What is the
That
metal?
is one. I mean, the coin.
Which,
So in
what is
earlier
the,
times, copper coins was used.
Coins,
So
yeah.
that
The
time it was
tamba.
more prominent.
but which
Not
kind we
now.
are using now?
Now
Now,
the
so we have steel, no? Now we don't have. Yeah.
but my
The
grandmom
main
used to put
purpose
that.
is,
Yeah.
see, when people used to go for Kumbh Mel or any kind of, because whatever is there, they'll go for river bath or ocean bath. This is our general rituals. You have that Pushkar every 12 years, Kumbh Mel. So what they used to say, maintaining hygiene is very difficult. Now also you can see many people will have skin issues and everything once they go. There is a lot of contamination. So what they told if you tell someone water is getting contaminated, you have to be hygienic, you have to maintain the purity of water. Will anyone listen? So what they told, those days it's a copper kind. What is the characteristics of a copper? Antibiotic. We'll drink water in the copper. So what they used to do, they told that you put a copper coin into the water and pray that whatever your wishes will come true. Then what we do, blindly we'll follow, because our wishes are more important than the hygiene. Okay, that is science. If everybody puts a copper coin in the evening, by the next day morning, it will absorb all the bacteria and it will be ready for the next day. Right? This is the main intention of that. But what we are doing, the coin from the copper, it has changed into metals, stainless steel, the other metals. Will that have the same properties? Still today, we'll see the people throw a coin and they'll make a wish. So what happens? Only the children around that who saw this, they'll jump into this for the coin. That is the only thing happening now. Nothing else. Will that purify the water? Whatever is there, due to the change in the like what is environment or change in the system, we have to adapt to the new methodologies. But what is there? We are in 2024. We don't know why they kept a like one sampradaya or one tradition, and still we follow some tradition which is very old. That time it has a scientific reference, but now it is not a scientific reference. How can we go forward? Is that the right way to practice? Now also keeping a like stainless steel and steel coin and praying, what does it give? It gives nothing. So I say just add common sense. Now we understood why everything is important, but there is a science. You follow with the science, it is good. Without science, nothing. Sleep should be minimum 8 hours. Always maintain relaxed attitude. This is also important. Next, achar means conduct. Like yama-niyamas are very important. Like ahimsa satya aste brahmacharya aparigaha to be followed. Chitta prasadam, maitri karuna muditopekshanam, sukha dukkha punya punya vishayanam, bhavanartha chitta prasadam. Next, thoughts. Thoughts are very important, you know. One thought can change your life, whether positive or negative. And almost we'll get into some thousands of thoughts every minute. Say that, can you say that only I'll get only one thought per minute? And the thing, the beauty of it is, see, physically, if you want to go to any other continent like Europe, America, Australia, it is very difficult. It takes me years or in lifetime we may not go. But in thoughts, you can go anywhere. You can cross Milky Way and you can go beyond the Milky Way. That too within seconds, faster than light. You know what? The only thing faster than light is our thoughts. It can go beyond that. Good positive thoughts come from practicing swadhyaya, self-exploration. We need always a positive to increase the energy. Chanting mantras, slokas, one of the very good practice. Reading scriptures and sutras, hearing autobiographies of great yogis and gurus, जीवन का दर्शन और दिशा बदलने के लिए, विचार बदलने के लिए जरूरी है. ध्यान yoga, you must hold the body, neck and head firmly in a straight line and graze at the tip of the nose without allowing the eyes to be wander. This is like how to we sit according to the Bhagavad Gita. Yes. Any doubts?